What's going on, guys? Guys, let me know if my if the music is actually playing. Guys, let me know if like everything's fine. I want to make sure that the music is actually playing because it's fun to have that, music playing. But anyway, guys, let's get going. Let's get going a little bit earlier than normal. Usually it takes me a little longer to get into the live stream. But let's go ahead and just get started here today, guys. So I'm curious, did any of you guys see Alessio Rastani's video today? Because Alessio Rastani, guys, basically just did a fantastic job at basically recapping everything I've been saying on this channel. Like, he made a video today basically explaining how he thinks that, going down to $2,000, $3,000 is, a very likely scenario. And I'm sitting there like, wow, like, wait a minute, my favorite cryptocurrency chart analyst on YouTube is finally talking about the $2,000 to $3,000 price level. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought he was the best. I didn't think, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm saying, like, guys, really what this is a testament to the fact that you need to do your own research, guys, because Alessio Rastani is now talking about the $2,000 to $3,000 price level. I've been talking about the $2,500 price level since January, right? So if my favorite cryptocurrency, chart analyst on YouTube is now talking about the same price levels that I've been talking about, what does that mean? Basically what that means is doing your own research is extremely important, guys. Because if you do your own research, then you guys will, you'll be ahead of the game, guys. You'll be ahead of the game if you do your own research. Because if you don't do your own research, then you're just going to be thinking the same thing that everybody else is thinking. You know what I mean? If you're just thinking, or if you're just researching what other people are thinking, then the only thing you're going to know is what they know. But if you do your own research, you can come to your own conclusions, and you could potentially be ahead of the game, guys. You could potentially be ahead of the game if you do your own research and not just listen to any specific person and everything that they say. So what I'm saying, guys, is don't listen to me. Don't just listen to everything I say. Do your own research, because if you do your own research, you could indeed be ahead of the game. And you might, in fact, be ahead of your own favorite cryptocurrency chart analyst. So guys, I don't know if you guys actually saw Alessio's video today. So if you, I don't know, we can watch it if you want. If you guys want to watch Alessio Rastani's video, we can do that as well. I have it right here. But before that, guys, let's go ahead and just check out Bitcoin. You guys, okay, so you guys do want to, all right, here. All right, let's go ahead and let's just watch Alessio's video. Let me just turn this music off. So guys, Alessio Rastani, this guy is one of the biggest cryptocurrency price analysts on YouTube. 150,000+ subscribers. And he was relatively bullish on Bitcoin for most of this year. And again, guys, this is one of the most looked up to, one of the top, if not the top, cryptocurrency chart analysts there is today, right? And this is what he was saying today. I mean, guys, I woke up today, and I pull up my phone, and I'm going through my notifications, and I'm like, oh yeah, dude, my favorite chart analyst, Alessio Rastani, made a video. I was like, let's see what this guy says now. And then this is what I hear, guys. This is what I hear.
At near current levels, let's say you were to buy Bitcoin at 6,000, okay? Now, let's just keep it simple. So let's say you bought Bitcoin at 6,000. Let me ask you this question. How much would Bitcoin have to go up by for you to double your money? Okay, let me just rephrase that. If you were to buy Bitcoin at 6,000, let's say, how much would Bitcoin have to go up by to make 100% return on your money? The answer is very simple. It'd have to go up to 12,000. In other words, Bitcoin would have to go up to 12,000. In other words, a $6,000 move just for you to make 100% return. In other words, to double your money. Now, imagine, for example, Bitcoin now fell down to 2,000. Okay, as an example, let's say Bitcoin were to drop to 2,000. And let's say we bought Bitcoin at 2,000. Now, let me ask the same question. if you bought Bitcoin at 2,000, how much would Bitcoin have to move by for you to double your money? The answer is very simple, 2,000. So if Bitcoin were to go from 2,000 to 4,000, you'd have doubled your money. You'd have made a 100% return. In fact, if you were to buy Bitcoin at 2,000, by the time Bitcoin has moved back up to its near current levels, near 6,000, you'd have tripled your money. Okay? So one thing we can begin to see is something many folks out there do not begin to understand, which is that at lower levels, okay, so at lower levels, in other words, at the 2,000 to 3,000 levels, the multiples are
the 2,000 to 3,000 level is what he just said, guys. So that it seems to be that Alessio now is looking at the $2,000 to $3,000 level. And what is the price target that I set back in January or February? $2,500, guys. So it's just interesting, guys, that because I did my own research and because I didn't listen to anybody else and what they thought. Well, okay, so that's not what I mean. Because I did my own research and I came to my own conclusion based on my own ideas and my own research, I was able to, have this price target in mind over half a year ago, and be ahead of the curve, be ahead of my favorite crypto analysts. So basically, guys, it's just a testament to do your own research and stick to your own ideas, because even you very well might be ahead of your favorite analysts, guys. So we could watch the full video if you guys really wanted to, but I don't think you guys really care too much about that. So Data Dash, yeah, guys, you guys remember when I called out Data Dash too? That turned out to be fine. That was a great video. A lot of people thought, after my Data Dash video that this rally right here somehow proved me wrong. But guys, we didn't even make a higher high. My Data Dash video my Data Dash video aged perfectly, guys. Yeah, no. So yes, in that very specific part of the video, he says, imagine that Bitcoin fell to 2,000. But then later on in the video, he actually goes on to say that if Bitcoin did drop to those levels, there would be far more incentive for people to actually enter the market, and there is more likely that we could actually create a bottom at the $2,500 price level. If you watch, guys, you can watch that full video if you want. But he does go on to say that at those levels there will be a lot more incentive for people to buy, which is literally exactly what I've been saying on this channel for months. I've been saying that, guys, there's no reason the average person isn't going to buy into Bitcoin now. The average person bought into Bitcoin during the mania phase, right? They're not going to buy into Bitcoin when the prices are dropping. Why would they? The average person isn't that kind of the average person doesn't do that. Okay, guys. If you guys are looking for mass adoption, you know what I mean. The price has to fall to these parabolic lows, and the price has to stabilize. And then once the price starts moving, guys, if the price drops, and like Alessio is saying, guys, if the price drops to $2,500, there's going to be far more incentive for people to actually buy in. And if they buy in at those levels, and the price goes from 2,500 to 5,000, they've doubled the money. Or if it goes from 2,000 to 4,000, they've doubled their money, right? And that's going to create a whole new cycle of hype where people are going to be like, wow, I just made 100%. And it's just going to create this whole new speculative bull run, something that we wouldn't get anything like it here, guys. We would not get anything like it here. The prices really do have to fall in order for there to be incentive for people to re-enter the market again. So, guys, if you watch, you can go watch Alessio. It's a great video, guys. It's a great video. Alessio Rastani, he in general, basically, he explains my point of view better than I can explain it myself. He's just really good at what he does. So if you go to his latest video, you can watch that, and he does a great job of explaining why lower prices are actually a good thing. Alessio is basically saying that we need to embrace lower prices. And it's interesting that he's coming to that conclusion now. I mean, I really do think that Alessio believes that the price is going to go lower to the low thousands, but he's not necessarily saying it on YouTube, because guys, if I think I think if Alessio knows that if he gets on YouTube and he just starts saying, oh, the price is going to go down, guys, we're going to hit the low thousands, like, people are just going to be like, oh, he's just spreading FUD, screw this guy, I'm unsubscribing, screw this guy, right? That's literally what Alessio is avoiding. So he's slowly introducing the ideas that, okay, guys, we might see lower prices, we might break below 6,000. We need to embrace the idea that we might break below 6,000. So he's smart about it, guys. Unlike me, where my first video is crypto's a bubble and the prices are going to fall, you know, people just ignore that. So Alessio Rastani is very smart in his tactic of approaching this whole thing, where he's slowly just pushing the idea that we might go lower, guys. We might hit lower prices. So, but you know what? It's interesting, guys. All I have to say is do your own research, because you will be ahead of your own favorite crypto analysts if you do your own research. Yeah, Lucas is saying Alessio is super cautious with what he says, and that's true, guys. He's very smart in how he approaches explaining his ideas. He knows how to keep his audience engaged, and Alessio knows how to keep he knows how to not lose subscribers. Because he can mention these levels and people won't freak out because he does it in the right way. You know, I'm just too aggressive with my ideas, guys, and that's why my channel doesn't really grow that fast. Because I'm a bear, guys. I'm like the YouTube bear. The bear on YouTube. That's my new name. Let me just see if anyone asks anything in chat. Oh, Furio's at work. Work stream. Lennon data dash ? Yeah, I mean, I think I already answered that, guys. My like when I called out Data Dash about, you know, him thinking that there was going to be another rally, you know, that video's aged perfectly fine, guys. That video still holds up today. That why I believe Data Dash is wrong is somehow, guys, that video is the top video, literally because Data Dash is in that title. Somehow that video is my top video now. You know, whatever, like, it is what it is. And I think that video still holds true today, guys. It still holds true today. So you guys can go watch that. Nature Collision says, Alessio joined the dark side. I agree, guys. Alessio Rastani is finally willing to get on YouTube and say, hey, guys, we might hit the low thousands. Alessio Rastani is getting to that point. And, you know, something that we've been talking about on this channel since we were sitting at, what price was it? Since we're sitting at, what, like 14,000? We've been saying it on this channel that we're going to hit $2,500. And Alessio Rastani basically teasing the idea of $2,000 to $3,000. He didn't necessarily say, hey, guys, I think the price is going down this low, but he did kind of say that if the price did go that low, there would be a lot more incentive for the, you know, for people to re-enter the market if we did hit this, you know, $2,000 to $3,000 range. And I think, and like Alessio is saying, guys, going to these levels, there's nothing wrong with going to these levels. There's nothing wrong. Yes, if you bought in up here, you're gonna be hurting pretty bad. But at the same time, guys, the market dropping down to these levels is not a bad thing at all. It's actually healthy. It would end up actually mimicking sort of every drop or every bounce we've seen. We've had like a pretty strong retracement for most of these runs, and it's just, you know, going back down, guys. Guys, if Bitcoin, you know, I'm not buying Bitcoin at these levels. I'm not buying Bitcoin at 6K. I think it's too expensive here. But if the price hit like $2,500, then yes, I would be interested in buying Bitcoin. And I think a lot of other people would as well. And we would create a nice, solid price foundation, some really good market structure to create a new bull run. Let me just see what chat is saying now. You know, Eureka, I disagree. I think Alessio does believe that those prices are possible. I just think that he doesn't want to outright say it to all of his followers and scare people and lose followers and everyone's just going to think he's fudding and all this stuff. So yes, in the way that he said it, he said, imagine if, but like if you listen to the video, guys, if you listen to Alessio's latest video, you'll see that he kind of is actually, you know, considering the possibility of lower prices now. which he really didn't do most of this year. Dream Surfer says, strange question. Are you from MA? No, I'm not from I'm from PA, Pennsylvania. I deserve a percentage of money for that name. Data Punk says, haven't tuned in a while, but did you mention where you see this move top out? Where this current move? Are you asking me where do I see this current move top out? Well, guys, if you remember, you know, I was recently mapping out our most likely or our heaviest resistance points are going to be the $7,100 to $7,200 range. Basically, anywhere from $7,000 to $7,200 right here, guys. Right on this trend line. And the next area would be 7,800 and then 8,500. Right? Actually, this line is not even lined up correctly. But there you go. So, I think, guys, if the price, you know, I think basically the price is capable of running to 7,000, 7,200, you know, with ease, guys. You know, this price spread here could happen with ease, in my opinion. But, you know, if the price, you know, maybe, you know, if the price ends up hitting this area, getting rejected, but then eventually breaking through, this breakthrough, guys, when the price breaks through this level, the $7,200 level, there would be a lot of volume come in. A lot of volume would step into the market right here if that happened. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the price is going to get rejected somewhere here. But again, you know, if the price does get above this level, which is the $7,400 level, if the price does get above $7,400, that means we've created the first higher high of the entire year. Okay, guys, so if the price gets above $7,400, then we've created the first higher high of the entire year, which does change a lot of things, especially psychologically, guys. This market is all psychological. So if the price does make a higher high, psychologically, people are going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. We actually made a higher high. Like, things are changing. The market sentiment is changing. And, guys, based on the way that the price movement looks and what prices we're hitting and the fact that if we do make a higher high, people's mindsets might change. So that's going to be, you know, we'll see if that happens. But personally, guys, the volume is tapering off. There's really not all that much volume here. A lot of manipulation took place right in this area. But overall, guys, I do think we're going to get rejected. And we're going to continue to trade in this range and eventually break lower. And, of course, find ourselves at some of these parabolic lows. Retesting these parabolic lows, creating some real market structure. So let's take a look at 4 hour here. So yeah, guys, yeah, anywhere up to the $7,200 range, I think is completely possible. Like with ease, as I've been explaining. Like it won't be that much trouble to get up here, but I think we will get rejected up here. I hope that answers your question, Data Punk. Now, let me change this music. It's a little weird. Let's see. Let's go through chat again. Eureka is saying, Alessio before 2 months... Hold on. He's saying, Alessio before 2 months said we are at the beginning of a bull. Was so sure, but look at us now. Exactly, dude. Exactly. See, that's the thing, guys. Like, even though Alessio Rastani is my favorite crypto analyst, you know, I still don't take his word as gospel. I don't take his word as gospel, guys. Like, I disagree. Even though Alessio is my favorite chart analyst for crypto on YouTube, I disagree with most of the things he says most of the time. I just really like the way that he approaches things and his mindset. I think his mindset is great. And the way that he explains things is something that I could really learn from. But, you know, he has been wrong, guys. Alessio did think that we were going to hit, you know, a bottom at 6K and find ourselves in a new bull run and whatnot. And, you know, one thing that Alessio said, or maybe it wasn't Alessio, but one thing that a lot of people say is that, oh, if everyone thinks one thing, then you should do the opposite. When, guys, sometimes that is extremely foolish. It's extremely foolish to just go against everybody. Just because everyone thinks one thing, you should do the opposite. Guys, sometimes that's a very foolish thing to do. Because, guys, during this run-up, what was everyone's sentiment? Everyone thought Bitcoin was going to the moon. And what happened? It went to the moon. Because everyone thought it was, right? So if you were going to go against the sentiment and you thought, oh, well, since everyone thinks Bitcoin is going up, that means it probably won't go up. If you thought that, you would have gotten destroyed if you were like shorting or whatever you wanted to do to bet against that. So guys, and now here it is. If everyone thinks that Bitcoin's going to go down, then maybe it actually will go down, guys. Maybe it actually will. Maybe because everyone thinks it's going to go down, it will. Sometimes the crowd is correct. Sometimes, guys, the weight of the crowd is too heavy and the crowd will actually make the decision, okay? So you don't always want to go against the crowd, because if you did go against the crowd here, you would have gotten wrecked because everyone was bullish and the price went up. Now, a lot of people, even Alessio Rastani is starting to tease the idea of $2,500 or $2,000 to $3,000, right? So maybe that actually guys, maybe the crowd is right. Maybe the crowd is right sometimes. So that's all I got to say about that. But Matthias is saying, do you have portfolio buy plan ready to be executed? What cryptos will you buy when the bottom comes? So guys, this industry is so new that I don't necessarily have any specific. There are a few altcoins that I am interested in purchasing if Bitcoin does drop lower. So, of course, obviously, I'm interested in purchasing Bitcoin. I want to own Bitcoin if the price drops. What's your question again? Do I have a portfolio buy plan? So, guys, basically, once the price gets below $4,500, that's when I'm going to start to consider accumulating. Once the price gets below $4,500, that means we're well below the 5K price level that everyone is so crazy about. That's not going to hold up, guys. I'm telling you. 5K is just not going to hold up. If we get below 5,800, we hit 5,000. 5K ain't anything, guys. It's going to go lower, okay? It's going to go below 5,000. If we get below 5,800, 5,000 will not act as a long-term support level. I promise you that, okay? So once we get below 5,000 and we start getting below 4,500, maybe around 4,200, then I'll start to consider accumulating, right? And I'll start putting in small percentages of my capital in around $4,200, just in case, because I don't know if my $2,500, buy target is going to hold up, for certain, for sure, right? So once we get below 4,200, I'll start to put in a percent, like 1% of my accumulation capital, And as we get lower, I increase my percentage of my accumulation capital, and I start averaging my way in. And of course, $2,500 is my personal buy target. And so once we get to that level, I hope that by the time we hit the 2,500 level, I will have about like 30% of my capital in the market. And then I'll have to see how the market actually reacts to my preferred buy target. And then once I see how the market reacts, then I'll make a decision, okay, maybe I should put in another 25-50% right now. And then, the rest I'll put in later. But so basically below 4,500, before 4,200, below those areas is my preferred accumulation zone when I'll start accumulating. And as we get lower into where my preferred buy target is, more percentage of my accumulation capital goes into the market. Again, guys, if the price hits 2,500 eventually, I'm not just going to throw all my money in because I don't know. Maybe it goes lower. Maybe it goes to $900. Like, who knows, guys? Who knows how low this can actually go? Oh, Lennon is saying, I think we may hit a higher high before going to 2,000. Yeah, guys, so that's one thing I mentioned. That is one thing. That's a good point, Lennon. That's one thing I did mention, and that is the potential for a false breakout here, guys. For a false breakout of some kind to take place here before just returning back and eventually breaking lower. So basically, guys, the purpose of a false breakout for market makers in general is to increase volume, to shoot that volume up, get excitement, get people really excited, and get a huge spike in volume so they can basically get their orders filled and have a lot of liquidity enter the market. Just have tons of liquidity so that they can do whatever they want. They can get rid of their positions, take positions, whatever they want to do. Do a false breakout, pump that volume, get that volume spike, dump into the volume spike, and then the price would eventually fall back down. So a false breakout is definitely a possibility. I'm not saying a false breakout isn't possible. It is possible. So it is possible that we create a higher high, but the higher high is just a false breakout, and we end up falling back down, and a bunch of people get faked out, and the price drops back below 6K, blah, blah, blah. Mike Novogratz says Bitcoin market will bottom out. Yeah, guys, so Aaron, Mike Novogratz, if you know anything about his company, the Galaxy Investment Partners is the company that he is working with or owns or whatever. That company, Mike Novogratz's company, is down $130 million plus. Okay, so Mike Novogratz is holding a bag of minus $130 million. Okay, so he's desperately calling for a bottom. He's desperate, guys. Mike Novogratz is saying, please, please make this a bottom. I don't want to lose any more money. That's what Mike Novogratz is actually saying, guys. Okay, so when you see Mike Novogratz get on that TV, and he's like, well, I think that Bitcoin is hitting a bottom now, and the price is going to go back up. Guys, in reality, he's like, holy crap, please make this the bottom, guys. Holy crap. That's actually what's happening. He's desperate, guys. Mike Novogratz is desperate. Data Punk, many times, do you see altcoins like XRP going back down to levels before the last bull run? Guys, I don't know. I don't want to make XRP predictions, guys. Like, I'm not a fan of XRP. The price can go up, guys. XRP can do really well, and even if XRP hits $100, I really don't even care because I don't believe in it, guys. XRP, it's basically the system that they're trying to create, that Ripple's trying to create with XRP, is they want to make it so that it's fiat to fiat. So one bank buys some Ripple, they send it to another bank, and they sell it for fiat. So it's fiat to fiat. So, guys, Ripple does not help. Ripple does not help the crypto market in the way that you think it does. Okay? Because it's promoting fiat exchange. It's not promoting crypto to crypto, peer to peer. That's not what it's promoting. It's promoting banking, value transfers, cross-border payments, but it's fiat to fiat. That's what they're promoting, guys. XRP is not helping crypto in the way that you would hope that it would. So, to be honest, guys, like, yeah, you could probably make some money on XRP, but I personally am not a fan of XRP. Even if it goes to $1,000 tomorrow, you know what, guys? I don't really care, okay? Because I don't really want XRP to succeed as a global cryptocurrency, even though it probably will, because there's banks backing it, which is sad. So, like, yeah, guys, if you guys, I'm not gonna discuss XRP. If it goes to $1,000 tomorrow, I don't care. The last bounces were about prior bounces. Yeah, I mean, all the data punk, all of these bounces aren't necessarily equal per se. They are not perfectly equal, but we'll have to see, guys. The price is sticking onto this resistance zone, so Bitcoin's price hitting the $7,100, $7,200 area is definitely a possibility. Cool BC is asking, what things do I use to trade? What indicators? So, guys, in my opinion, it's really that you don't want to use too many indicators. A lot of technical analysts out there, guys, a lot of people who you watch on YouTube and stuff who are doing technical analysis, they'll throw on like hundreds of indicators onto their screen to make themselves like feel good or whatever, right? They think that it helps them. It doesn't help, guys. I promise you that somebody who looks at a chart with just like this, somebody who looks at a chart with just price action and volume, those two are the only, you know, indicators that are on the screen, can predict the price just as good as somebody who has a trillion indicators on their screen. You understand? The only thing you need to use to predict the price, guys, is volume. So I don't even know why I have the MACD open here, but volume and price action, guys. That's all you need. Volume and price action is literally all you need. And once you have that, once you figure out how to study those, you know, you can use your trend lines to you know, make more sense of things, right? You can use your trend lines to make more sense of things, but overall, guys, it's all you need. Volume and price action is all you need to actually make predictions and analyze a market. All indicators just give you a little bit of a better idea, just a little bit of a better idea of what's going to happen or how to, you know, whatever. But overall, guys, you don't need to use a bunch of indicators. I promise you. All you need, guys, I have been bearish on Bitcoin all year long. And it's been pretty good for me, right? Because look at this, guys. If I draw a line on our most recent area here of resistance, we're still sitting at the lowest prices we've seen all year, right? And how have I analyzed it? I've analyzed it with price action and volume, and that's all I use. That's all you need to use. You don't need to use indicators. You know, when you're doing short-term plays, guys, when you're analyzing things from a short-term play, yeah, maybe you use some indicators. Because, you know, on those short-term moves, you know, people will look at certain indicators and trade based off of them. So if you're like looking at the 4-hour and you know, the RSI breaks through the 50 level, maybe most people become bearish when they're analyzing it from the 4-hour level. So maybe short-term, you know, you can kind of tell that, okay, the price is probably going to fall now because we're getting through, you know, we're looking a little bearish on the RSI. Other people are probably seeing the same thing, blah, 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 blah. But guys, when you're looking at it from a large scale perspective, you don't need to use a bunch of indicators. You really don't. The only indicators that I would suggest using from a large scale perspective are your moving averages, your EMAs, your SMAs, and your EMAs. Interestingly enough, guys, the 100 EMA for Bitcoin on the daily has acted in a very interesting way. This is something we've discussed a lot, guys. So, you know, this is the 100 EMA right here. The price ended up breaking above the EMA both of these times, right? So the price again broke above. And guys, when we were sitting down here at the 6,800 level, right here, or below the 6,800 level, I remember I was saying, guys, look, the price broke above that 100 EMA on the daily multiple times. It'll probably happen again, and then we'll get rejected. And boom, look, it happened again. So from a long scale, from a big picture perspective, looking at the EMAs and analyzing the chart off the EMA was 100 EMA was a great thing for me to do. So, you know, again, guys, the price could, just like before, break above here for a short period and then dip back down, giving us another, you know, lower high. So getting above that 100 EMA again is a possibility. We've done it so many times, guys. Price gets just above the 100 EMA and breaks down. Just above the 100 EMA, breaks down. Just above the 100 EMA, breaks down, breaks down, breaks down. So again, guys, I really do think that we're not going to be hitting a bull run anytime soon. I think there's no reason to FOMO into Bitcoin at all at these levels, and that you will be perfectly fine if you just wait it out, and you know, eventually we'll probably find ourselves at the $2,500 level, somewhere around that area, as Alessio Rastani is now starting to tease the idea of those price levels actually coming into play. You know, in his latest video, in Alessio's latest video, he kind of makes it seem like it's just a hypothetical, because, you know, he's been bullish on Bitcoin this whole year. And I think he's slowly introducing the idea of, oh, maybe guys, we might see lower levels. We might see the low thousands now. He's not saying it outright, but he will eventually, guys. Eventually, Alessio is going to start saying the things that I've been saying on this channel all year long. And the biggest lesson I want you guys to take away from that is do your own research. Because if you do your own research and you come to your own conclusions, you may very well be ahead of your favorite crypto market analysts. So Furio, you're saying, Kevin, do you believe Satoshi is still memeing around in Bitcoin? I don't know, guys. See, a lot of people assume that Satoshi Nakamoto is is an individual, but you never know, guys. What if Satoshi is actually a bank? What if Satoshi is a group of people that are, you know, what if Satoshi, guys, what if Satoshi's a group of a bank or an organization or some kind of financial institution like the IMF? What if Satoshi Nakamoto is the IMF? Or what if Satoshi Nakamoto is the BIS, Bank of International Settlements? These huge, huge financial entities that nobody really talks about. You know, you guys, we don't know who Satoshi is. It could be a single person, or it could be a bank, or it could be just a group of criminals. Who knows? Annie Holman says, I wonder how long it will take to get to the bottom. Yeah, it's a good question. I have no idea. It's so hard to predict the timing, you know. But Matthias retracted his statement. C. Rodell, it's fiat to fiat, but also fiat to crypto and crypto to crypto. Yeah, guys, like, yeah, XRP is a crypto, you know, it is technically can be used as a peer-to-peer type thing. But the intention of it, guys, the way that the XRP ecosystem is going to be set up for banks to increase liquidity, so that they can settle their transactions in a way that suits them best. You know, so that if they send their XRP to somebody, or to, you know, it'll be able to settle at the preferred price much easier. It just makes it easier for banks. It makes it less risky for banks. The XRapid. Between value system. Guilty Pleasure says, what's up, dude? What's going on, man? Matthias is saying, Kevin, what is the straight line you make from the top of the February till now is broken upwards? Does that mean we could be bullish? So guys, I'm sure you're talking about this. So this line, okay, so this line that guys, when I draw this line right here, like this, all I'm doing right here is I'm just finding the most consistent resistance point. So the resistance point that shows up the most, right? I want to find the resistance point that makes the most sense on the chart. The point that comes up the most amount of times on the chart, right here, guys. That's why this line is here, okay? It shows up the most often. So it's the most relevant point to be looking at as a resistance point. It pops up the most amount of times. So because it hits this the most amount of times, it's more likely to happen again that the price is going to bounce off of this level, particularly. Guys, and like I was saying, just because, so Matthias is also asking if we broke above it, does that mean we're bullish? No, guys, there could be a false breakout. There is totally a possibility that the market makers will create a false breakout here so that the volume increases and they can get rid of their positions a lot easier when there's a spike in volume, right? So a false breakout is possible. Just because we get above the resistance line does not mean that we're bullish. We still have to get above that $8,500 area, the $7,800 area, $7,200 area, guys. There's a lot of stuff to get through, right? So just because we break out above this resistance point does not mean it's bullish. Not yet. Todd Schultz, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Listen, Todd Schultz goes, I listened to you for 5 minutes and I wish I could get that 5 minutes back. Oh, dude, you just make me so sad. Eureka says, let's hypothetically say that the market starts printing higher highs and higher lows. What is your strategy? Will you buy Bitcoin in what range of price? I mean, guys, it's hard to say. If the market does turn around here, once we start getting above 8,500 again, I'll reconsider everything I'm thinking, right? So if the price starts getting above 8,500 and actually holding above 8,500, I will begin to, consider, okay, maybe I should actually start accumulating now. Maybe there is a lot more upside potential than I thought, blah, blah, blah. So I would say above 8,500 is my, oh crap, I might be wrong price. Raul, what's up, dude? Eureka says, market can do whatever it wants. We talk about possibilities, what's more likely, but it can go higher from here. Yeah, that's totally true, guys. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to go down at all. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to go down at all. So, Eureka, I hope I answered your question there. If the price goes above 8,500, that's my price for, oh crap, I might be wrong. Right? Maybe I should start accumulating now. Who knows? We'll see, though. Matthias says, what do you think about Alessio saying that October, December used to be bullish in Bitcoin land? So guys, you know, guys, I don't take much, I don't take that as really, Alessio basically saying that October, you know, that we're gonna hit a bottom here and like see another bull run like that. Like, I just don't think so, guys. I don't think so. I think the fact that Alessio brought that to everyone's attention is the very reason why it probably won't happen now. But again, guys, I don't think that these prices can hold up. I don't think that just because Bitcoin went up, previously at those times, that it's going to happen again. I don't think that's necessarily true, right? So back here, so it was October back here that it went up, right? And here, you know, October, we had a nice bull run going. I think, guys, we might skip that this time around. I don't think the price is just going to go up in October because it always has. You know, I don't think that's true. I don't believe that. What's your idea? Oh, sorry, I just skipped something. What's your idea on 21 EMA on the daily, sir? Market usually pumped, close above it. Check it out. The 21 EMA on the daily. 21 EMA on the daily. Whoops. Huh. I never really looked at the 21 EMA on the daily. I mean, see, it's harder to judge the 21 EMA. It's harder to judge it, guys. Because it's sort of... It doesn't really change in terms of the way that it reacts to the price. It's sort of just in the middle the whole time. Like, yes, it is interesting to see that whenever we break above the 21 EMA, the price does rally harder, right? So every time we break above that 21 EMA, we see a nice rally, right? So, you know, maybe we bounce off of it again to get a nice rally here, but I don't know. I don't really know too much what to think about that. I'll have to look at it again later on. Whoops. Why is it giving me that? It's annoying. Whatever. You are my research. Dive in 3. That's funny. Satoshi is Kim Jong-un. That would be hilarious, guys. Imagine that. Imagine if Satoshi was Kim Jong-un. Many times says, how will the Fed interest rate hike meeting tomorrow will affect Bitcoin, strong USD versus weak BTC? I mean, guys, if people are, you know, if interest rates go up, then, you know, people can make money by storing their money in the bank. So, you know, why would they buy Bitcoin if they can just make money for sure at a fixed percent in the bank, you know? It might actually be bad for Bitcoin, guys. MC Rodell said, or C. Rodell says, right, but banks are going to adopt it as part of the new paradigm for sure. Banks will also be trading crypto and moving it soon. Guys, we'll see. We will see, guys. It's no guarantee. There is no guarantee for anything. There's no guarantee that, oh, banks are going to use this. Banks are going to adopt it. No guarantee. They might wait for the prices to drop, guys. They might wait for the prices to fall. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they wait? Why would they hype it up now when all retail investors are in their positions hodling? Why would they now run the price up? Why would they now get involved? Why not just act like Why not just act like they're not getting involved, let the prices fall, and accumulate nice and quietly when no one's paying attention? That's what I think that the financial institutions will do. They will act as if they're not interested and wait for the prices to fall. Eureka says, what if Satoshi is a bank group? That's actually what I think is most likely, guys. I think Satoshi is most likely, not just some random Asian dude. I don't think Satoshi is just a random Asian guy that was like, oh, Bitcoin, here you go. Here you go, guys. I really think that Satoshi was possibly a military intelligence group or a bank or a combination of both. Would I still invest? Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, you know, the internet was created by DARPA and, you know, a few other, you know, it was a kind of a combination of a lot of different things, but the military was the reason for the creation of the internet. Would I invest in the internet if I was early enough back then? Of course, of course. Thank you for perspective. I agree. Yo, what's up, Crypto Cali? What's up, dude? How's it going, man? Lennon says, how BitMEX makes money liquidating people? Well, so guys, they have to, the thing is, BitMEX has to actually loan you, they have to give you the Bitcoin, they have to make, you have to borrow Bitcoin from them, especially when you're shorting, guys. You have to borrow Bitcoin from them. CryptoCat says, what's going on with BTC? Jorg says, smart money will fight for Bitcoin control, and they will find a way to weak hands as huge. Yeah, I mean, Jorg says smart money will fight for Bitcoin control, and they will find a way over the weak hands, as always in human history. I'm not totally sure what you're saying there, but I missed your answer, but I just got let out of work early. Controller at home waiting for me. Rocket God time. Yeah, guys. So anyway, I've been going for about 50 minutes now. I didn't want this to be too long of a live stream. I got to go to the gym. I've been slacking on that. Bitcoin is basically a perfect fit for New World Order. Everyone can see what you got. Brian, that's something else I've considered as well. That, you know, it is very possible that Bitcoin was created by an institution of some kind, whether it's government, military, or banking, or a combination of all of those. And that Bitcoin might actually be the perfect way for the authorities to actually control and surveil people. Because you can see everything that happens in the Bitcoin network, right? So Bitcoin might actually be the perfect global currency for the establishment. That is another strong possibility. Raul says, Kevin, are you currently in weed stocks? No, I am not. Guys, so here's one thing about you got to understand about weed stocks is that there's a lot of hype surrounding the weed industry, right? So if prices shoot up, that's not a representation of the value. It's a representation of the emotion and the hype. Right, so if weed stocks all of a sudden just shoot up, normally that means that it's just hype, because the whole thing surrounding weed is hype. So you want to look for nice steady growth, not like hype moves, because that's dangerous. I think privacy coins are the real cryptocurrency. Yeah, guys, like Monero, that kind of stuff, guys. Yes. CryptoCali says hit the gym, one more currency. Yeah, guys, it is possible that Bitcoin is the perfect fit for a one world currency, global currency that the establishment can track and trace and probably control eventually. Similar question, if Bitcoin was the New World Order currency, would you invest in it? That's a good question. That is a good question. I would probably hope to find another crypto, like Monero or something that is a little bit more private instead, if that was the case. Raul says, oh, man, I missed the Bitcoin bubble and the weed bubble. Not necessarily, guys. Even if Bitcoin is a bubble, even if the weed stocks are a bubble, they can still go up long term. Even if it's a bubble, guys. Bubbles can last a long time. But anyway, guys, that's probably going to be it for me today. Whoops, moving my screen there. Yeah, guys. I mean, it is possible that Bitcoin is, perfect for the authorities. I would think if XRP was the banker coin and just as a traceable as BTC, it is far more likely for it to become standard. Yeah, that's also true, Rodell. It is possible that Bitcoin is just sort of out of their control now, and they need something like XRP instead. Yeah, guys, I appreciate you all joining in. It's awesome that I always get so many of you here. When I used to do live streams, it would be like Crypto Cali would be there, and there would be like 10 other people there. And now I'm getting an average of like 30 to like 60 people every live stream. So that's awesome for this channel, guys. So I appreciate you guys all coming in. It's been amazing, guys. Before you leave, be sure to hit that like button. It would help me out a lot. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And be sure to hit that bell button so you know when I am going live. So I appreciate you guys all joining in. I hope you guys learned something. I hope this was informative, because that is also the most important part. Yeah, guys. So thank you guys so much for joining. Alessio Rastani finally coming to his senses. Finally discussing the possibility of the low thousands. It's interesting to see that my favorite chart analyst is now coming to the conclusion that I've had for the past year or half year. M says we have before us the opportunity to forge ourselves for future generations and the New World Order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of our nations. George Bush, I know exactly what that is. It's a pretty creepy speech, for sure. The first Bush. The Maintenance says, yes, I am a bit of a conspiracy guy, if you guys didn't know yet. Ami says, yes, I think BTC price will drop to the simple reasons that I think institutions still want a much lower price. Yes, for sure. Caprithio! Oh my god! It's like clockwork, dude. Every time. Anyway, you'll be able to watch the rerun, guys. This video will be posted online afterwards, so you can watch it again. Yugi Fries, UIG Fry says, do you think there is any chance for us early adopters to miss the next BTC bubble? What do you mean? If you're an early adopter, then I mean, yeah, if you sold your Bitcoin, of course there's a chance to miss out. But I'm not saying you should FOMO at all. But I'm just saying, yeah, if you don't own Bitcoin, then of course you could miss out on a potential bull run, a year or two down the line. But we'll see, guys. Thank you guys all for joining in. I appreciate you guys a lot. Hit that like button, subscribe button, hit that bell button. I will see you guys in the next video, in the next live stream, whatever it is I decide to do. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.